This is the behind the scenes footage or behind the story of how my first album came to be. I'm planning on releasing currently 3 albums. The first one is Forbidden Midnight Instrumental, the second one is Forbidden Midnight Deluxe, and the last one is Forbidden Midnight Songwriting. The first two it's been a journey because some of these pieces I've composed in farewells, prize givings, so they all hold meaning and memory to my life for different reasons. The artwork actually used in the album I created and completed myself. I did get help and support from other people. If I already had ideas forming in my head on what I wanted to look like and the whole idea of it, but for some of the patterns I asked some of my friends and they were really lovely and they gave me some culture ideas, but in essence I want it to be very personalized to me and I want it to be a depiction of my ideas and what I was going through and my thoughts and feelings. So it's very personal, and I think, and I know for a fact that one of the beauties and one of the burdens as well, but I like to see it in a positive way, of being a musician, of being an artist, is that you have to be very vulnerable, you have to be very honest, you have to be just so committed to being truthful, to being unapologetically, authentically yourself, to the point where you have to be honest about it, you have to be honest about everything, you have to be so like in tune and sensitive to the internal aspects of your life, but also the external, like your environment. So that's a great time. I actually started this because I always write, for my art books, I always have the picture side of it on the left and then the writing part of it, so my ideas, my thoughts, what I want to achieve, and like the whole spectrum from color to the design pattern. And I started the idea for it, the whole art project, the design, the album cover, on the 18th of July this year. And it was really late at night. It was like nearly 10:30 p.m. But I just needed to just get it out there because I had ideas forming in my mind, but I just didn't really have anything settled down, like committed completely. So the whole, I don't have the actual official like picture, the final product in here. This is just the beginning stages and the drafts and the editing process. But the yellow part of the album is actually a sun, and then the purple part that looks kind of all over the place is actually a moon, and then the bottom part of it is actually mountains. And I had this idea. At first, it was very, like, whenever I have ideas, it's very vague. I have the general picture, I have the main ideas. For example, I know I wanted to have the sun, then I want to have the moon in front of it. It's kind of like a total eclipse, like eclipse type of theme, and with the mountains in the bottom. Followers who only have like surface level meaning through my work. Like, I want to share content that I care about, and I want people to connect with that and care about that as well. Each element, from the sun to the moon to the mountain, actually has the color silver in it. And in my notes, that color is, because I number all my coloring pencils, is color, I'm sure 29. No, it's 47. It's 47. For example, on the outer layers of the sun, it actually has the silver color. And then on the moon, I even write down to the colors and the colors I want to use and make sure that everything like worked out. I even checked if the brown colors suited the style that I wanted. So it's very thorough. It's very similar to any art form where there's a lot of behind the scenes decisions that customers or audience, reader even, doesn't really see. I think that's one of the beauties of it, because it's very similar to like a magician where they don't share all the secrets, but it's always really nice to know the behind the scenes the behind the scenes story of it, so you get a greater appreciation of how much hard work these people do, especially nowadays in mainstream music, even classical music, just any genre. You can't really fully tell the struggles and the hardships that artists has to go through, and I find it like amazing watching some of my favorite artists and the creative process behind that, because it reminds me of, wow, that they're human like me. Wow, they don't have all the ideas straight away. They're not like very, very appropriate. And So that's like one cycle of the moon, and then that's the second, and that's the third, except the crescent's on the other side. And the final one is very similar to the second layer. Yeah, no, it's really fun. It was really, really fun to make. It was stressful. I've also realized that the footage I'm creating is actually nearly 10 minutes, so this is going to be so much fun editing. Love my life. Nah, yeah, but I do. So basically this whole album was just finally a way for me just to release content I love. For so long I've had to put music on hold to find stability. So yeah, Forbidden Midnight is just basically me actually sharing content that I love and I care about, especially pieces that have hold such significance to me. I've had some of these pieces for years. Some of them composed for musical internals, some of them for personal therapy, basically. And I think it's just important, just to be honest, and to share content that you love, and to just be. So yes, I hope you enjoy. I hope that even if you don't see the pieces of the songs in the same way that I do, I hope that you're able to connect with it. You're able to use it in your life and listen to it and feel positive emotions, but also learn to cope with the negative ones. Have a good day. I hope you enjoy it.